Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today's video will be a full face, well, mainly a full face, just some new eyeshadow palettes that I picked up from Dose of Color from my last haul video. And I have some foundation and concealer from Dose of Color, so mainly just playing in makeup, some new, some old, but this is the look I was able to achieve. If you want to see how I got this look, what I think about the products, and all of that good stuff, make sure you keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys. Let's jump right into it. I'm going to base my lids with my e.l.f. 16 Hour Concealer in white. I've been using this a lot lately. It seems to do the trick, so I'm going to stick with it, because it seems to do what it's supposed to do. Especially if I'm using a lighter color. Which today, like all other days, I don't know what color I want to do. But I want to do something. I always have to make sure I get like right here in my crease right here. So I look down or either close my eyelid all the way. I want to use my Dose of Colors, the Berries palette. You all saw this from the previous video, the haul. So do they have names? I didn't even tell y'all that on my haul, but they do have names. The names are on the back of them. And I guess I'm going to take the shade Roseberry, and it's this shade right here. And I'm going to use that as a transition color today. So let's see. As always, make sure you catch those ends so they're not looking crazy. The next color, I need to get a different brush though. Still a fluffy one. The next color is going to be Mixed Berries, and this is a darker plum color right here. I'm going to put that in my outer V. I think I'm going to stick to one palette today, y'all, just for the sake of sticking to one palette. So we'll do all those palettes one by one. This is a very deep, pretty berry color, as you can see. And they blend like no other. It's no work needed. Like, if I wasn't trying to catch a sale, like I would pay $32 for these palettes. They're worth it. They are totally worth it. You can see that blend? Yeah, they are worth it. And I'm kind of like winging it out, or in my head I think I'm winging it out. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how to wing it out yet, but or which direction I'm supposed to go. But I'm going to look down because I want to make sure I hit that crease area, so I don't have like a blank line there, and continue to wing out or whatever I'm trying to do. Let's put a little bit of the concealer in the blank spot. Y'all know our normal routine when doing an eye look. I haven't switched it up yet, but yeah, this is what I've been doing. On a fluffy brush. Just pat it until it can dry a little bit. But I'm going to take my dark color to make sure. No, matter of fact, let's switch it up. Let's take the shade Berry Pop, and it's this berry color. I'm going to put that on the outer part. Well, you'll see where I put it at because it's hard for me to see. Take a little bit of it and put it right here. So in between the darker color. Don't worry, we're going to go in and blend the two. We're going to blend again everything. Just packing it on for now. This is a pretty color. Huh? And since it's no glitters in this palette, we have to keep it matte, keep a matte eye look today. So I'm taking the very last shade over here, Berry Chick, which is the lightest shade in the palette. We're going to put that all over the rest of the eye. I saw this and I was like, oh, there's no glitter in there, but we're going to make it work. There is some kickback in this palette, but it's not bad. Okay, I'm just trying to blend these colors together. Go back in with this dark shade. When putting on eyeshadow, you can kind of like lose colors or colors have blended together. So it's just about blending to me to get a look that you're comfortable with walking out the door. Because sometimes your look may not come together. Me and one of my subscribers were talking about that. And the easiest way to do that, if you feel like, oh, it's not looking right, I'm quick to throw on a glitter or a shimmer shade and put liner and lashes, and they'll look like I did something. You know, if the look is not coming together like I think it should. So I'm really just mixing between the burgundy shade, the deep shade, and just kind of like blending it together. Just to try to make sure the edges are feathered out. And see this edge right here, how it's not blended as it should be. I gotta find a blending brush. I just had one. Okay. Oh, it's right here. So take your blending brush and just go on the edge until it's softened. Of course, when you put your concealer on, that'll help also. But you want to catch those edges. It's a different look. It's kind of like peachy, plummy, berry, like what it said, right? Okay, I'm not quite sure what we're doing with the foundation today, but hold on. Okay, guys, I have prepped my face with my e.l.f. Cookies and Dream Neutrogena Matte Primer Serum and my MAC Paint Pot Laying Low. I wasn't going to bore you all because you all have seen me use that a million times so far. So, yeah. So, to stick with the Dose of Color theme, I'm going to do their foundation today. And it's the Dose of Color Meet Your Hue Medium to Full Coverage Foundation in the shade 130. I don't use this often, to be honest. I'm not quite sure if I really like it. Only because if I remember it being too thick for me, for my taste. Too thick and heavy on my skin. But we're going to give it another try today just because, you know, we're doing something different. Let's try it. I just got an eyeshadow palette. I'm going to pump it on the back. I think nothing was wrong with the color or anything. So, we're going to see. I don't know. But this is how the shade looks. And let's go. I wet the new Dose of Color sponge that I showed you all in my haul. It's very soft. I think companies nowadays, it should be really hard for you to make a hard sponge, being as though it's so many affordable ones out there that are so soft and light. So please stop making those hard sponges. So, I'm trying not to put too much because I don't want it to be cakey or anything. I'm going to just use this Real Techniques 200 brush to start it off with. Now take the sponge, the bottom of it. To me, this is a demi matte finish. And this is how my face is looking. Not bad. I wouldn't want any more coverage. Like this is good enough coverage for me right now. Now I have a concealer, but this concealer is 25 dark, and I think it's more so my skin tone because I use this concealer to do my brows today, and as you can see, that it doesn't look highlighted. So let's do this. I'm going to take a little bit of this just so you all can see how the color looks. The Dose of Color number 25. And as you can see, it's my skin tone. Now I'll take my Dior concealer in 4W to actually highlight with today. Since I don't have a, what you call it? Dose of Color lighter concealer. I love the wand on this Dose of Color concealer. I didn't see a lot of good reviews on this concealer, but I actually really like it. Like, I really like this concealer. To contour, I just use my Morphe number 18. And let's get to blending. I'm going to let the concealer sit first. I'm going to blend out this contour first. I find that I like to blend the contour back into my hairline versus blending it this way. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. Now the concealer. The sponge is soft. I wish I had one of my fluffy brushes. I have no idea where it is. Use this. I like to blend out my concealer with a brush first and then use a sponge. I just like brushes. So okay guys, so of course I wouldn't be right if my microphone didn't die. I didn't never look down to see if the light was still on. So that's why you see me talking, because I'm talking to you all and I'm not. So what I did was use one of my Shop Miss A brushes to blend out the concealer first. The darker shade, I blended that out with a brush, and then I went in with the sponge to blend out the lighter shade. As I was stating inside the video, I enjoy using a brush to blend out my concealers first. It just gives it a airy, lightweight look, and then I'll go in with the sponge to make sure everything is blended. So I'm blending out this light nose contour, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know what I call it. I just like putting it there so that it can blend into my eyeshadow. Then I went in with my Glam Insta Ready powder, which I haven't used in a while. That's what I was saying. I haven't used it in a lovely while. So I used that today to set my concealer and to bake with. Still love this powder. Nothing is wrong with it. I just got to put it in front of me more often. So here I'm using the Juvia'splace bronzer palette, the deep dark one. And I used a lighter shade at first because I thought that I wanted a lighter shade. But you know me. 2 seconds later, I went in with the darker shade because I needed something deeper. That's me right there, realizing that I need deeper. I love me some brown. The deeper, the better. So yeah, I'm just using that to basically bronze, contour, whatever you want to call it, the outside of my face to make me darker. I love to be darker. Yeah. So yeah. And then I went in with my Sephora Micro Smooth in 60 to blend out the remainder of my face and to dust away any excess powder, which I love this. As you can see, it's a dent in this Sephora powder. It's actually a dent in it, so that's something that I use. And here I go setting my face again. Y'all know the drill. I'm always going to set my face at least 5 times per video. So I took the darker of the plummy shades and used that to do my waterline. Is that my waterline? What is that? Under eye? I don't know what it's called. Lash line? It's something. Y'all know what I'm saying. But yeah, I use that to smoke it out. And then I use my Sephora Molasses lip liner. I've been loving this lately. Like I told y'all before, I prefer this over Max Chestnut. And y'all know Max Chestnut is everything. But I prefer Sephora Molasses over that. So I'm just using that to line my lips, and then I decided that I wanted to put blush on, so I went in with the berry shade to use as a blush. Don't be scared, you can always use your eyeshadow as a blush. You don't have to go out there and buy blush. You can always just use your eyeshadow. I'm not a blushy girl, but I like to look a little something every now and again. So then I took a brush to blend out the lip liner. I found that I like this method more. If I just take my time and just blend the lip liner, that way the lip liner isn't as harsh. Because I have a bad habit of letting my lip liner be harsh. So I take a blush and blend it out. And then I'm taking the Dose of Color lip gloss in So You Can. And I use that today, and it is absolutely beautiful. I adore this lip liner. Simply adore this lip gloss. Set my face again. Okay guys, we are back. This is the completed look. I must say, from what I remember, the foundation I was not a fan of, but today I'm a fan of it. So I'm that type of person, like I'll keep trying it until I just absolutely know that I don't love it. But this right here, I think you need to apply as less product as possible. You don't need a lot. I think that's probably what I did the first times I used it. I applied too much. This time I just lightly applied the product and I love the finish of it. So let me get close so you all can see, how my face really looks. So this is how I'm looking. As you can see, it gave me coverage. My eyeshadow coverage. I always get on here and then I'll be wanting to blend my eyeshadow with you guys. I'm just whatever's on here. With this eye is this one. See right here? I'll be missing some areas. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. So this is how I'm looking. I love the eyeshadows. Dose Color makes excellent eyeshadow palettes. If you don't have any, I suggest you pick up some. It's no work. You don't have to do a lot of work to blend these to make it work. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys.